Welcome back to It's a Legit Holiday.
In today's adventures, we're going to be doing a podcast preview for you all.
Yay, so sit back, get a drink.
In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart.
This month we're celebrating all those amazing people around the world who are helping others. And today we're going to be celebrating
Beyond Type 1, which is a nonprofit organization that works to help improve the lives of those who have type 1 diabetes, like myself. So it's a cause that's pretty near and dear to my heart. They also do a lot of focus on research and helping find a cure for type 1 diabetes, which is a huge thing that hopefully one day we'll get to see a cure.
So make sure to follow that link below to find out more information, as well as there's a link down there in case you want to donate directly to the organization. So let's get to that video. All right, so let's talk about worst holiday or Christmas gifts in the past. Let's start with you, because you were the excited one for this topic for some reason.
I mean, I was just trying to make it awkward.
I don't understand how that makes it awkward, but okay.
I mean, nobody likes to talk about bad gifts. Like, nobody likes to be like...
That's just kind of rude. I don't think that's awkward.
I think it is awkward. I think people should talk about it more often.
Okay, well, then start.
People should be
You
called
have the
out.
forum. Go ahead and discuss.
Well, okay, you don't give me bad gifts. I'll start there. You don't give me bad gifts. I probably give you bad gifts. Because I don't think I'm the greatest at giving gifts. I try, but sometimes I miss the target, like, completely. Because I think one year I gave you, like, a running bracelet that had, like, a timer on it, like a heart monitor thing. And I was like, oh, this is cool. You'll like this. I don't think he ever wore it. I think it was probably pretty stupid.
You gave me a Fitbit. You never gave me anything that was like what you're discussing.
The first year we were together, first Christmas, very, very first Christmas. And I was like, he likes to run. I guess I'll get him this. I didn't have a lot of money either, so I was just I just wanted to make sure you thought of me. And then he gives me a necklace. And I thought...
The big penguin. I remember giving you the big penguin thing.
Yeah, I also, I was unwrapping the jewelry boxes. Like, he put it in a big box and then a smaller, which was cool. It was actually really cool. And then I got to the jewelry box and I was like, oh my God, is he going to propose? It's kind of early. Is he going to propose? If I could go back in time and be like, bitch, calm the fuck down, because you ain't getting that shit for at least 15 years. You're going to have to commit. She probably would have calmed down a little bit. But, my heart started racing. And I was like, oh my God, it's happening. This is it. This is the moment. And then it was a very pretty necklace, which I treasure. But the chain is, all tangled, and I got to get a new chain for it. So it has lived in a jewelry box for the last 3-4 years. I will get another chain for it.
The joys of being poor and can't fix that.
I know. But he never gives me bad gifts. I give questionable gifts sometimes. But probably some of the worst gifts that I've gotten over the years mostly come from my family. And I think it's because they don't know me. One year they gave me the first season of Family Guy on DVD. They're like, well, you said you watched it. Yeah, I would watch it with you. Cool. And then my mom just started buying me more Family Guy stuff, and I was like, I don't like this. This isn't yeah, it's funny. I watch it, but I'm not oh my God, I love Family Guy. No.
I think that's kind of a mom thing, though. Moms sometimes get hyper-focused on things when you say you like them.
They hear one thing that
exactly.
you like, and they're
they just kind of go full steam into that. And it's no, I just kind of like it. I don't love it. It's
Did you want that in underwear form?
Right.
Did you want a poster? Did you want a board game maybe? Also, my family has given me these weird one-off gifts. They joke and they're like, well, we just wanted to get stupid gifts for everyone this year. So you're going to get butt wipes and the Jiffy Pop on the stove, which is useful. Don't get me wrong, but it's
I like Jiffy
awkward.
Pop, in all fairness. But I think the one thing when people always do like the white elephants and things like that, it's like I just don't want to get to know you. I just want to buy some generic gift
Yeah.
to pass around. And so that's what it turns into. And those, I don't really enjoy white elephants personally. That's not really something I've ever kind of enjoyed because it's just like it's so generic and it's just like, we don't want to get to know you. So here's something.
Yeah.
It'd be better just to be like, hey, let's have a Skype or FaceTime call. And let's have a conversation, and then I'll get something based off that. You know, like, put a little effort into it if you really want to get somebody a gift. But she likes white elephants, so.
I don't mind them. But I think they should have, like, a theme to them. It shouldn't just be, like, completely random. Like, like we did one thing where we did, like, old and new. And, like, we drew names for the person. And granted, that wasn't, like, a traditional...
That's not a white elephant. See, that's okay. Like, if you're actually focusing on an individual and actually getting them something that's better than just some shit they're just going to throw away. And don't get me wrong, I've definitely bought those for people in the past where it was just, like, something that wasn't very good and they sure enough threw it away later. But it's, you know, you got to at least try.
Yeah. I agree. The other gifts that I have gotten... I remember the first year after I got diagnosed with diabetes, my mom got me diabetes socks.
I remember that.
Like, I don't think I need these, and I don't think there's anything different with these socks compared to the socks that I'm already wearing. And I remember, like, this was before I got, like, medical, like, really medical, and I was like, do I need to wear these? Like, I remember, like, Googling them, like, do diabetics have to wear diabetic shoes and diabetic socks? Because I was like, there goes my fashion. Like, I'm going to be looking like, what's his face all the time now.
Wilford Brindley?
Yeah. Rest in peace. I think he died.
I think he did, too.
Yeah. Diabetes.
Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember the diabetes socks thing.
But, yeah, so, like, my family... gives me these like weird, awkward, like one-off gifts when, like, I remember when I was a kid, all I wanted was a TV. So all I wanted was a TV. Never got it. Never got a TV. That was all I wanted. Can you get me a TV for my room? No TV for your room.
I think my parents were pretty good with that. If you wanted something, they would typically get it. I had to wait a while to get a TV because, you know, you had to be so old to have a TV in your room or whatever, in their opinion. So I got that, but then I think the worst gifts that I got, it was pretty much the joke gifts that my mom always used to get me. She always used to get me like a pair of underwear and stuff. She would get me like He-Man underwear or something, and it was just like, Mom, Jesus. So it'd be like, or she'd get me handkerchiefs. You know, she'd always get me like clothes-based things because she knew I was like, I don't want clothes.
And you've never used a handkerchief in your life.
Yeah, my dad did though. When we worked construction, he always had handkerchiefs. So that's kind of where that came from. But like, yeah, I never used handkerchiefs. But she got me some just to, you know, troll me. Handkerchiefs, I don't know.
I don't know how you say it.
But most of the time, like when people gets me gifts, if they're not very good, I just sort of like, okay, and then you just kind of move on. I don't dwell on them, and I don't really remember them either. It's just kind of like, okay, and then you just kind of move on because it's like, it happens. Especially with like aunts and uncles, like back in the day when they used to have to get you gifts. Sometimes those wouldn't be the greatest because they didn't really know you. They were just doing it because, you know, they care about you and it's a family thing and everyone got gifts. So,
yeah.
So those wouldn't always be the greatest, but sometimes they would be knocked out of the park.
I used to go to the dollar store when I was a kid. And because we spent a lot of Christmases with my aunt and uncle in Oklahoma. And I remember we would go to the dollar store to pick out presents for the adults, right?
Yeah.
Uncle always got some kind of funky NASCAR mug. Because I knew he liked NASCAR.
He did the same thing your mom does. Like,
but I was like 5.
Right. No, I get it. I get it. Your mom should put more effort in. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying that's kind of the same approach that sometimes happens.
From the eyes of a 5-year-old, you're like, he likes NASCAR. I'm going to buy him this Jeff Gordon NASCAR mug from the dollar store. And then they would open it and they'd be like, oh my God, it's just what I asked for.
Yeah,
and it's...
always.
I would probably... I mean, if a kid gave me that, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll use it for pens.
It's a good attempt. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel, though. It's like gifts, at least if they put some effort into it and they're trying, it's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, from a kid, totally. But it's funny, like, I used to buy my Christmas presents either from the dollar store or, like, when they had the book fair at school. Sometimes that book fair would roll into town, and I would buy presents. Sometimes they would have, like, a Christmas fair where you could buy your Christmas presents at the fair.
Yeah.
And they would wrap them too for you.
Right.
So you could like
I remember
buy
that,
these
yeah.
little like knickknacks, and that shit was just like knickknacks.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
there was nothing
Right.
of substance at those stores. But yeah, my mom would send me with like a blank check.
Hey, so you had to take another phone call?
It's been a busy night. It's not always fun and games when you have to work from home. But anyways,
So you're talking about buying your uncle the mug every year and how
yeah, it was
so
one of
well
those
thought out.
like interesting, like I think as I got older, I wanted to do like more thoughtful gifts. But I think I still kind of suck at it. I mean, I try. I do better if you just tell me what you want. Tell me what you want, and then I'll get it. If it's within my means, I'll just get it.
Yeah. And I get that approach. It's nice. But at the same time, if you live with someone 24/7, you should have some idea of what they want.
Not if they never tell you what they want. When you're like, hey, do you want that? I don't know. I don't know.
There's hundreds of things that I've told you I've wanted. There's tons of stuff that you know that I like. Like, I
Yeah.
think you're just lazy and you just don't want to think about it.
I think
Let's have that awkward conversation.
I don't disagree, but
I literally like will walk with you, and if you say something during the year, I'll jot it down in my phone. So it'd be like,
I've done
I'll
that
come back
too.
and do it.
I've done that too.
Right. So if you did something like that on the norm, though, then you wouldn't have any problem finding stuff for somebody.
Well, also too, just add it to the Amazon cart.
So do your own shopping, peasant.
I mean, maybe that is a little awkward, but I have a lot that goes into my brain sometimes, and it's not that I don't want to remember it, but I sometimes have a hard time remembering things, and it's not that I don't want to. It's
Just a phone call.
just a phone call. So yeah, I need to be better about being more intuitive to my partner's needs.
Sure. You can put it like that. That sounds good.
I probably should. I probably should pay more attention. But I think I do pay decent attention.
Yeah, I'm not the one that said you got bad gifts. You're literally the one that's carrying this whole conversation about you giving bad gifts. That's what I don't understand. You're like,
Well, you're kind of agreeing with me, so.
I mean, sometimes you get bad gifts, but sometimes I get bad gifts. It's not like no one's perfect.
I think
You just try to get something that somebody likes.
I
you
think
know?
I think too it comes down to too, like sometimes you want to give people certain things but like you can't afford it.
Yeah.
So I think that
Understandable, that,
sometimes
yeah.
like comes into play. Like I remember one year I had nothing. Like I had no money. And I just went to the pharmacy and got like 5 or 6 pictures developed and I like put them in a frame, and I think that's what I gave you.
It's nice. It's a nice gift.
And we still have it
well,
here somewhere.
Yeah.
Had the Fooge and Itty Bitty and Loki all in the frame. It was a Tallahassee. It was a Tallahassee present. But yeah. Yeah.
See, that's a thoughtful gift. So it's not just about like money, but yeah, no, and I totally understand that too. Like that's a great point. I think a lot of times too, especially being younger, my parents probably didn't have a ton of money, so equating maybe some of those to not so great gifts, maybe that could be, for sure. That's probably part of it.
What
But
was
even then, I don't.
so then we'll end it like this. What was the best Christmas gift that you've gotten? We'll end it on a happy note. What's the
That's the best. Wow, put me on the spot there. Gosh. I remember the year I got a mountain bike. That was super cool. And it was waiting in the front porch. And, well, I mean, it's like a front doorway thing.
Yeah.
Technically in Florida has like porches, but they're like just a walkway. And it was like sitting out there. That was a great Christmas. I remember that one. And, man.
I know it hasn't been like the greatest Christmases the last several years. We actually haven't given each other presents on Christmas for the last couple years.
Yeah, because we weren't doing very well financially, and we were spending money other places. So.
Yeah, and it was just kind of like the point of the holiday is to spend it with people. Like I think Christmas sometimes you kind of get tied into the whole like monetary, have to physically give somebody something, like the consumerism of it all, when really it's just about spending time with the people you care about. And if you've got some money to throw at them, great, cool. But like, I don't ever think like presents are expected.
Yeah, and I think the second best Christmas too would be when we went to Disney after Christmas. So it wasn't technically on Christmas, but it was right after it. I think that because that kind of started our whole jump into YouTube, jumped Macy into organ and tissue donation. So that was like a really big
like turning point.
Yeah, and it was absolutely amazing too. I mean, we were exhausted at times.
We had fun.
It was absolutely like an amazing trip, and seeing like people decorate for Christmas in like the hotel rooms on Disney property is super cool.
Yeah.
And I imagine they don't do that much anymore because Chapek's Disney and all. But like, it was really cool back in the day, and people were actually there, happy to be there, celebrating to be there, and not being gouged by every little penny they could get out of them.
Yeah, that was a good Christmas.
So what about you? What's the best Christmas gift that you've ever gotten?
So when I was a kid, for like kid times, I think the one Christmas that stands out to me the most is the year that I got several things that year. I got this Monopoly board. It was like their 50th anniversary, or it was an anniversary set. And it was a big box. And my family loves to play Monopoly, and my dad likes to cheat. And my family is very cutthroat competitive, and it gets mean. So I remember we got the Monopoly game set. I also got this, it's kind of like an easy bake oven, but instead it was for creepy crawlers. It was a creepy crawler oven thing. I got that, and I thought that was so cool. And then my parents, I don't know why, but they got me a watch. I was like 7. I don't know what 7-year-olds are like. It is 2 p.m. and it is time for tea. Like, I mean, I don't know. It was a pretty watch, but I remember them telling me that it had diamonds in it, and I better not lose it.
I remember getting a calculator watch as a kid and stuff like that, like cool watches, but I never got anything that was super like, I mean, the calculator watch is probably expensive.
Well, if you know my family, they're bougie.
Super expensive, yeah.
If they can be bougie, my family is bougie. But that was also the year my sister was born. So my sister's birthday is December 15th. So it was the year that she was born. So we couldn't go anywhere for Christmas that year. And so we had family come to us. So they came and stayed with us. And it was a fucking madhouse. But I loved it because my cousins were there. And like they were on my territory now. Like they were in my house. And my cousin like split his head open on the encyclopedia case because we were all running. We were all running.
Knowledge.
It was like a 3-bedroom duplex. Like it was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath duplex that we lived in, and so it couldn't have been like a huge place. But I remember like we were running and chasing each other, and like wham, like head corner, had to get stitches. Fun. It was fun. And then my cousin threatened to like rat me out for eating during prayer. Because, you always have to bless your food before you eat it, and everybody bows their heads, and it was taking a long time, and I was hungry, so I was like, he's like, I'm going to, like, say something. I was like, bitch.
Okay, so we asked what your favorite?
It was my favorite. It was fun.
Okay.
It was fun. And then I guess my next favorite would have been the Christmas that you got me the necklace, and I, like, had a panic attack thinking you were proposing to me, and then you didn't, but I got that giant penguin. Which, in turn, you had to buy a second one for me a couple years later. But, because I'm a salty bitch. But no, I like that Christmas.
I had to buy you the second one because it flooded out in my grandfather's basement.
I thought it was because I threw it away.
No, it flooded out with my grandfather's basement.
Oh, I thought I threw it away. I don't know. Anyways. He did have to buy me a second one.
She likes to make up stories.
There's things.
And it's funny too. Maybe we'll talk about in another awkward chat. All the time she thought that I was proposing to her, or she would get upset because I didn't propose to her.
Yeah, this was like an ongoing thing, and I was like, please just give me a string tied in a knot.
Please, she wouldn't have accepted that.
Yes, I would have.
I love these conversations. You're so full of it.
I would have. I would have. All I wanted from you was like,
full of it.
Baby, I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
Full of it. Just full of it.
I just wanted to hear those words.
But anyways, we hope that you all out there have a great holiday.
Yeah, it's going to be a good holiday for us, I'm pretty sure, and I hope it's going to be good for you guys.
And I hope that whatever you're looking forward to or looking forward to receive, you get in the future.
And that you have a really awesome New Year's, and that 2023 brings you even more happiness than 2022 then.
For sure.
Because that's all we can hope for, right?
Well, we can hope that you like this video.
And hope that you hit the subscribe button.
And ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
Hopefully. No, we're doing a video every day for LGIT Holiday.
And for the LGIT Holiday, we do have a video for every day.
And then next year, like, we got big plans. So it'll be, like, I mean, time to get in on the ground floor. You know, like, you can watch us go from the bottom to the top because we're getting close.
And you want to head over to that Patreon page if you want to see or hear the rest of this podcast. And I swear, next year we will definitely be up on the actual sites with our podcast too. But I just haven't had time to get around to it.
Yeah, we're building a podcast studio next year, which we're really excited about. So it's going to be even better quality. We've got a lot of like podcast ideas of different shows that we want to do. And it's not just like Disney and travel related either. So there might be like a little bit of something for everyone. So
yeah, definitely make sure to subscribe to all of our social medias.
And with that,
we'll come get you for the next one.
Ain't that the truth, baby Ruth?
Bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to check below for those organization links that we're highlighting each day this month of our LGIT Holiday. It's got the donation link and to find out more information. So don't forget to like this video.
Hit that subscribe button.
And ring the notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come get you guys in the next one.
Ain't that the truth, baby Ruth?